The Inspector General will visit the state on Wednesday to meet with the family of a Marine who died at the Tomah VA last August.
His death is at the center of a federal investigation into the overprescription of opiates by VA physicians. Mike Goucher has our special report.
Marv and Linda Simkuski say their son's struggle with addiction started shortly after he completed his 4.5 years in the infantry. Jason had suffered a severe head injury while enlisted and was prone to anxiety attacks. He sought treatment in 2010 at the VA in Tomah. Treatment, his parents say, fed his addiction.
There he went through a 28-day program, didn't really get a lot out of it because he was so meted up when he was there. I never heard the first doctor say, we need to get you off of most of these meds and treat you for these problems through group meetings. Yeah, they recommended going to that, but they also put him on so many meds that like he said, he really didn't get anything out of it either. No. You know, he was too meted up to get anything out of it. And I saw that in other patients at the VA clinic when I go there.
Marv Simkuski often took his son to Tomah for treatment. Shortly before his death, Jason asked his father to intervene with his care team.
The week before, we knew he was having problems at Tomah. He emailed Marv a couple of times, just, they're not coming, they won't help me, I can't sleep, I'm just going crazy here. He goes, I need you to help now. So Marv called down there that week and tried to get a hold of his Dr. Davis and couldn't get a hold of her. So he basically went over her head. The Wednesday that week, Marv had a meeting down there with the doctor in Tomah. And
the patient advocate came in, and my son and
Dr.
Davis came in the room and closed the door and sat down, and she said, Mr. Simkuski, you caused me a lot of problems here. You know, I spent 2.5 hours in meetings because you went over my head, and I could have been taking care of your son. And she said, you may know how to build houses and pound nails, but you don't know anything about taking care of your son.
The Simkuskis say Jason wanted to get off painkillers, and they expressed frustration about a treatment plan that seemed to feed their son's addiction.
I look at all these meds that, you know, my son was given, and I hear from other people the same stories. My son went in there with a pain med addiction. Why would you start him back on Tramadol, which is a pain med, and then send him 50 of them at a time? I just didn't understand that.
Others at the VA shared the family's concerns.
I've heard from counselors there that, you know, your boy is too meted up. It's hard for him to get anything out of these group meetings and things when you're meted up like that. Nurses would tell me the same thing. They can't say anything because the VA goes by rank, and if you say anything to somebody above you, you don't do that.
The Simkuskis sympathize with the staff at the VA, who they say works in a culture of intimidation. 3 physicians at the Tomah VA are under investigation after a report found them to be among the top prescribers of opiates in the VA system. Dr. David Houlihan is one of those doctors.
Dr. Houlihan called me up and he said, did you get the autopsy report? And I said, yes. And he said, I'm kind of puzzled by it. The Tramadol level was a lot higher than what we gave him. And then I asked him, I said, what about the Fioricet that was given him on the morning that he died? And he said, yes, that alone with all the other drugs in his system would have probably put him over the top.
The Simkuskis believe their son's death could have been prevented. The family has met with Senator Tammy Baldwin and had numerous phone conversations with Senator Ron Johnson and Congressman Ron Kind about changes they'd like to see in VA protocol. Their message is straightforward.
People in this area don't have a lot of faith in government right now. You're promised everybody's going to do things to help, but we haven't seen a lot of results lately. I think it's time that, you know, they ought to stand up and somebody should take the blame for what they're doing, and let's all work together, and, you know, that would show some credibility here.
Right.
And let's make some of these changes. I mean, obviously you can't bring my son back now, but let's save some other sons or daughters.
A mission they take on in the winter of their grief. Flags still flying for home and country. The Simkuskis want the VA to adopt a protocol for treating vets with addiction issues and tight controls on opiate prescriptions. They'd like an outside investigation into their son's death, and they'd like a higher standard of accountability within the VA system.
12 News has requested interviews with the head of the Tomah VA Medical Center, Dr. Houlihan, and the lead inspector for the VA. We were told no interviews are being granted during the investigation.